You got any more farts cooked up?
Why are you opening with this?
Well, because you started breathing into the mic and asking me weird questions, and then you also were farting into the mic because you got the handheld today.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
Bone
were
Rover.
yeah, and you have strategic advantage of being able to do that because you can place the mic wherever you want. So do you have any more cooked up, or no? We done with that?
Done with that. Now I'm looking through this thread from Alex about the Bet Online read, and I'm not seeing it,
You don't
which
see
is
the read?
fine. No, I don't see the read,
The read's
which is
in there.
cool. I'm looking at the read. I'm not. I
The
see.
read's in there.
I see a read.
Well, so
This.
he said not to mention the playoff baseball stuff because Bet Online refuses to send us an updated read for whatever reason. They sent that back in the beginning of October. So Bet
Well,
Online, where the game starts.
playoff baseball's over.
Yeah.
What do you? Yeah.
All right, let me open. All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of the Believe in FCS Football Podcast, part
What are
of
you
the
gonna cut the
Believe.
first minute?
No, I'm going to keep that in. Part of the Believe Podcast Network. I'm Joe
This
DeLeone,
show.
joined by
Just quit.
my former roommate, former teammate at the University of Rhode Island,
Structure.
Mr. Sean. When has the show ever had structure? When is it ever? When nobody listens to the show because it has structure.
You know the structure of the show. You know the structure of the show. It's when
What?
you say "speaking of."
Yeah, that is
That's the
structure.
structure of the show.
Consistency. That's why I do it. Consistency.
You know what? How about you throw in a on that note here or there? You know,
No, because that's too creative. That's too much. It's too much pizzazz for me, you know.
hold on. I'm gonna do something new here. All right, introduce me.
And I'm joined by my former roommate, former teammate, Mr. Sean Anderson.
Hi there. I'm Sean Collinsworth. I'm going to say a whole bunch of nothing for 4 hours, and I'm going to have my stupid son on the broadcast, and he's going to give a pick that never hits for whatever reason.
So for the people who are listening on audio, have no idea what Sean did, and tough luck. I'm not going to explain what he just did. I'm sure you could figure it out. Sean, I'm in New Jersey this week, which is weird. It's really weird. First time in 6 months. I'm back on the East Coast. It's weird trying to get back used to the time zone, but
It's been 6 months since you ruined your life.
yeah, pretty much. Don't know how I feel. Coming back here makes me feel not as bad about my decision to move.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't feel like I've missed very much.
that can happen.
But at the same
new scenery,
right?
how do you feel about what got me the first time? Like I was home in autumn, like
What?
that smell, that autumn smell, like
Yeah.
because it reminds you of the Halloween and elementary school and high school, all that stuff. I'm like,
Right.
because I was in Rhode Island for 4 years. I'm like, I don't remember this smell because there's different smells, and that I'm not like a. I hate to even have to say this. I'm not like a spiritual person or anybody that believes in any of that. I'm not a very nostalgic person. But if something hits me like that, it just hits me like a truck. And that's what hit me the first time I was back. It was like I had my job, I was living at home, and I had that first smell of whatever that acorn, oak tree stuff. And I'm like, whoa, this is taking me to a weird spot right now. And I didn't know if I liked it or not. I don't think I did. How did you feel about it?
I was kind of more like brought down by the gloom, if that makes any sense. Because I got that, but I'm just like, why is it so gloomy? There's no sun.
Well, it's Jersey.
None of that. Right. That's true. It's the pollution. I mean, the one thing though that kind of took away from it the past 5 days. This is like the first. No, yesterday was like the first day I wasn't, but I literally came in sick, still sick for a week. Well, I don't know what kind of colds they have in South Dakota, but got completely knocked on my ass by whatever it was.
It is you go to a different state, you enjoy everything that they have. It's a fun time. You meet new people, you meet fun people, nice people,
encounter new diseases.
You come back with a cold, you infect other people, they're mad at you. They wonder if it's COVID. It's not COVID, it's just a cold. And then they're like, oh, why'd you give me COVID? I'm like, I didn't give you COVID, it's a cold. They got a test. Oh, it wasn't COVID. Oh, it's just a cold. I'm like, well, why'd you give me a cold? I'm like, it's just a cold. I never thought it was COVID.
No. I'm saying that like when people are like, "Oh, is it COVID?" and I'm like, "No, I got tested. I already told you that. I'm not going to give you COVID." Like that kind of thing.
The paranoia in my house when I first had my, when I was in deep voice mode, when I was like, talking, I can't do it now because I don't have that voice octave available to me because I'm getting over the cold. But when I was deep voice Sean, they're like, dude, if you have COVID, you can't be down here. I'm like, I don't have COVID. It's a cold. I'm like, you can't
What
do
do
it.
you think? Can you stand up in your room? How much different that's going to be? The stuff's going to get down to him eventually.
I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I'm on the top floor, and apparently heat's supposed to rise, and it's been like 40 degrees each of the last couple nights, and I've got zero heat in my room.
No one's turning on the heat in the house?
No, the heat turns on at like 11 p.m. So if I'm rolling in late,
You can't turn it on earlier? Is that
Hey, pocket watcher. We turn it on when we turn it on. When it's
You know who's
officially
complaining
bedtime,
about
we turn the heat on.
You're complaining about it being cold and
I'm just
turn
saying,
the
even
damn
when the heat is on, it doesn't really start rising until an hour later.
There's 4 of you. I'm sure the heat's not that expensive. It's probably like $10 a guy.
Hey, you want to talk? We can start talking about expenses if you want to start talking about expenses.
Yeah, let's talk expenses. This is the expenses podcast with Joe DeLeone and Sean Anderson.
I got a text from Joe a couple days ago, and let me pull this thing up.
Wait, what was it?
It's gonna blow your guys' mind.
What was it? I don't remember.
I got a text from Joe. You guys won't believe it.
No, what did I text you?
Let me pull this thing up. You texted me some nonsense, and I didn't know if I was going to bring it up on the show, but now you got me in a mood. So
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Let me dig this thing up.
I didn't text you anything. The most recent text that we had was when I told you that I was.
Never
back.
mind. It was just the picture of you.
That's what it was. That's how. Okay.
Also, if you want to see the picture, the South Dakota State boys reached out after giving us a cold, and then they got the picture. If you want to see the picture, just DM me on Twitter. I'll send it right to you.
No,
it doesn't matter if it's your first time listening. Yeah, Colin didn't DM me. I thought Colin would be dying for that photo. Well, maybe Colin doesn't listen.
Colin also, I think he's afraid of you. I think that might be it. Sean, I'm afraid of what's going to happen if we don't do this Bet Online read.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
No, I don't really care. There's no repercussions. We can do it at minute 20 if we felt like it.
I would love to talk about some betting. You know what happened this weekend?
Yeah,
Joe, guess what happened?
What?
You know how Tampa Bay went into Washington and Tampa Bay was favored by 10.5?
Yeah.
And you know how Tampa Bay is a really good team and Washington is a really bad team?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you know what some people would do? They would say, hey, I'm going to take Tampa Bay to beat them by 10.5. You know what happened? Washington won.
You took Tampa to win by 10.
Of course I did. Who wouldn't? I'm sitting at the game. I'm at the game. Everybody's cheering around me after interception from Tom Brady. And you know what I'm doing? I'm sitting here. This cover is effed. I'm sitting here losing money watching this with all these people breathing on me, bumping me, spilling their beer on me. And I'm like, and I'm losing money.
Why would you bet on a game that you're at, though?
You're the most annoying person. You're doing the most annoying person.
That would ruin.
That's a great bet that I took. I took a great bet.
It's a good bet, but it ruins the experience.
I'm fine
because you were miserable.
When I went to Lambeau, I took Green Bay to cover. Green Bay won. It was a good day. I'm going to tell you this though. You know what? One thing that happened while I was sitting at the game. You know what I realized? I said, I'm alive. I can tell I'm alive right now because I'm feeling these emotions. And the only reason I'm able to feel these emotions is I had 2 hot dogs at the game and I put some money down. And you can do that. Head to the new updated desktop or mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BLEAV50, BLEAV50 to receive your bonus from basketball, football, NHL, boxing, UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts. Joe is a dead body, a zombie, a walking corpse. I'm someone that likes to feel something. All right?
Okay.
So get on that betting train with me.
Sean has too much energy at 6:51.
I got it. I just got a message just saying I didn't do something very good today.
Is one of your bosses?
Somebody. I got a comment saying somebody's mic was a lot louder than somebody else's mic. And that's not a good thing.
I'm guessing that somebody's mic was your mic?
Apparently so.
Nice.
Even though, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll go back and listen. We're going to figure it out.
Go figure that out after. Why don't let's sit at the goddamn water cooler. Get your goddamn drink.
Oh, I'd love to.
Sean, I don't know if you saw this, but I'm sure that you're steamed up seeing that today, the Senior Bowl, it's that time of year for them to announce their acceptances to the event. A lot of FCS guys have gone and made names for themselves. And today there were 3 offensive tackles from the FCS that were named to the Senior Bowl list that accepted their invites. There are certainly more invites to come, so be aware for more FCS guys to get invited. But the 3 that were invited and that accepted, Nick Zakelj from Fordham, one of the most difficult names to pronounce. Trevor Penning, who is actually getting some first-round buzz right now, Sean, offensive tackle from UNI.
Shocker. Spencer Brown's freaking certified, and now Trevor Penning's their first. Yeah, they know how to build them.
And then Braxton Jones, Southern Utah offensive tackle, who followed me back on Twitter after I followed him. So Trevor Penning also follows me. Zakelj did not follow me back. You are on notice, Zakelj. Do you have any thoughts?
I didn't think you were going to go right into your own narcissism. I thought it was going to be more about the players, but go ahead. Let's talk about who's following Joe, who's not.
No. Let's talk about the players, because I mean, those. I was actually a bit surprised by Zakelj, if I'm being honest. Braxton Jones and Penning, I was expecting. Ryan Roberts affirmed that Zakelj was getting buzz, but I was actually a bit surprised by him getting that. I thought he was more of a Shrine Bowl type of guy.
The last couple of years, freaking Nagy in the Senior Bowl, they've been tracking it pretty well. I've been satisfied with who they've invited to the Reese's Senior Bowl, and for someone who covers the FCS and is somewhat aware of the national landscape, to see that they are doing their due diligence, that's pretty damn good. I mean, was it buddy on the Broncos, Quinn Merritt's or
Quinn Miners?
Yeah. He way to go, Sean, with that pronunciation.
That was not even close. I don't know how.
I thought there was a Z in there.
You took like a total shot, and the ball was like way outside the zone. You tried to hit a home run there with the ball way outside the zone. You have never been that bad before. You're usually pretty good. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. That doesn't happen.
I know. So I'm glad you finally caught me. He's been playing for the Broncos this year. He's been good. And he was at the Senior Bowl. And it's like, how do you find these guys? And you're like, oh, they pay attention. So as much as I want to give kudos to the players, what is that face?
I don't know. It's just a weird statement. They pay attention. It's their jobs to pay attention.
I'm saying they're doing a good job.
Okay.
Which is something that I necessarily wouldn't expect from a lot of people that are scouting college players. I think they would stick to the blue chip, easy to predict.
Okay. I know what you mean now.
Schools. And now it's like, you know what? Hey, there's a lot of talent out here. Oh, what are we doing here? FCS? Oh, I'm going to get a gem. That's how it's working out. And dude, I mean, best example available right now, Spencer Brown, impact player immediately for Buffalo.
When he was out, they were having some serious problems.
You saw that the graphic.
Yeah.
I know we've been sending each other other graphics over Instagram that may not need to be graphics, but the Spencer Brown addition for Buffalo has been incredibly valuable, and maybe they're starting to see that there are some legit players in the FCS, which we've always known. And I'm excited for these guys to go to the Senior Bowl. I'm excited to see who else goes. Waiting to see my Cole Kelly invite and acceptance.
You know who did get invited? Actually, we should bring up.
Who?
Bailey Zappi.
Oh, you know it.
Did you not see that?
No,
you didn't see that he got invited?
I retweeted it, of course.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Houston Baptist quarterback, now Western Kentucky, and also touchdown leading at the FBS level.
I think is he yardage leading also?
I don't know off the top of my head, so I don't want to say definitively.
At least last week he was.
He's got like 42 passing touchdowns. It's insane.
I'm so embarrassing. Like a couple weeks ago, when Bleacher Report put out their top 10 quarterbacks, and he was like ranked 9 or 8. Put him on my story, and I tagged him. I got nothing back.
Nothing.
It's just
he's big time. What do you think?
I'm so embarrassing. And also, Western Kentucky, just full of FCS studs. Everybody's just making an impact there. The Stearns brothers making insane impacts there. All of that. So very happy for them. Welcome back to the show, Joe.
Sorry, people love to not leave me alone, even though it's 7:00 where I'm at. So,
glad to have you on the East Coast, by the way. Glad to know that you have work to do. Well, again, there goes the cursing.
You earn a curse word every time I curse, so feel free to. Sean, what's the next thing up at the water cooler here?
Oh, I forgot we alternate here.
Yeah, that's the general flow of things. But as I said earlier, the show does not have a structure, so
let's see
free for all.
Let's see what I wrote down here earlier. What happened against
Oh yes,
SDS
what you wrote down? Yes. But wait, I have to say, last week I came into the dock late, and every week, and this is no knock on Sean. Sean's busy, and I'm very organizational. So like I do the show notes every single week.
Well, easy.
And I fill out most of what we're going to talk about, and
I'd say
Sean fills in
90% of the
certain 90% of the time. But so Sean comes in, or I come in when Sean was already there, and he says to me, how does it feel to come in and all the notes are done for you? And I don't think he realized how upset that made me, but it made me really, really upset.
I feel like you understood the bit that I was doing.
I did, but I was also still sick, and I was not in the mood.
I was also sick and late and stressed. So us not doing a conjoined effort at that point, it doesn't matter. We're splitting hairs, as it were.
Okay, go ahead. What's
South Dakota
hairs?
State?
Good transition.
There we go. Maybe I know a little something about a little something. You are just a. Oh, are you a? Never mind. South Dakota State, South Dakota. I mean, we all saw the play. You saw the play. I saw the play. Sports Center saw the play.
The whole country saw the play. I had the play DM'd me by people that are like, "You went the wrong weekend." I got that comment.
I don't think we went the wrong weekend, because if we did, I don't know how welcome we would have been afterwards, because I can't really,
especially after what I said on the radio. I said very definitively that South Dakota State was going to stomp South Dakota, and I think I might have jinxed them. I totally 100% jinxed them. I'll take ownership for that. I totally jinxed South Dakota State.
You shouldn't have to. You know who should take ownership?
Who?
That stupid South Dakota quarterback for not being able to make it into the end zone from his pass. I mean, the Hail Mary. Okay, for everyone who has been living under a rock, South Dakota State's winning the game. And then on the final play of the game, South Dakota decides to throw a Hail Mary. They drop back, shotgun, scramble, let the receivers get down the field, chuck it on up. The ball, if you're going to take everybody off the field, probably would have dropped and hit at the 4-yard line, right, Joe? Maybe the 3.
Yeah.
It hits a couple pairs of hands, and then
never swing up when you're a defender. Never swing your hands up. Sorry.
Well, like a balloon, the ball stays up, and then what do you know? It finds the hands of a South Dakota receiver, and South Dakota just backpedals into the end zone for a walk-off Hail Mary, which for the FCS kind of kicks ass, and for football kind of kicks ass, but for South Dakota State,
I'm looking at Buddy right here. I don't know what number he is.
You're watching it?
I think he 35. I don't know. Buddy punched the ball into the air. If you are in a Hail Mary situation and the ball is coming in your direction, and the only thing you can do is move your hand up, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Because more often than not, if it's floating in your direction, it's probably going to fall if it's before the end zone. But if you swing your freaking arm up, of course the thing is going to bounce behind you, and you don't know who's behind you. That is one of the most infuriating things to watch happen on a football field on a Hail Mary play.
I'm a proponent.
And actually on a football field in general.
I don't even love the swat down. Try to catch the ball and intercept it. Trust your hands. And if not, at least you're not giving it airtime. And again, I have no dog in this fight. It's just seeing Hail Marys get converted. You okay over there, Butterfingers?
Yes.
Seeing this Hail Mary get converted, you're just like, it shouldn't have happened because South Dakota isn't doing anything this season. South Dakota State could. And now they're messing around with seeding, and now this loss, you're like, oh boy, 3 losses. What are we doing here? I don't think that the committee is going to take too much of an effect on South Dakota State losing on a Hail Mary if they win this week. Another loss provides implications that they didn't need, is all I'm going to say. That's what it means. And also, we know how competitive South Dakota State can be. We saw it firsthand. Right. So if they get booted because they lose on a fluke this upcoming week, which they probably shouldn't or wouldn't, then we're sitting here like, golly, they're out of the playoffs because they lost on a Hail Mary because somebody couldn't swat the ball down or intercept it or punch it out of bounds. It's a silly goose play of the week is what I'm going to say.
Silly goose. Wacky play on a wacky day.
That's exactly right, Joe.
No, they play North Dakota this weekend, and I would anticipate that they're probably going to win that game. This is a team that really isn't going to just bend after suffering a loss like that against a rival. I really don't see it happening. Close games like that are going to happen when you're playing an in-state rival, even if you're a lot better than your opponent. And it just so happens that on the final play, things just didn't go their way. They were in a position where they practically won the football game, but because of what happened on that Hail Mary play, it completely screwed them. South Dakota State is, if they win, they're going to the playoff. They have two of the biggest wins that they could point to, which is a dominant FBS win and then a win over North Dakota State. But they need to get past North Dakota. That's the first thing. And we'll probably end up talking about that on the Thursday show. Sean, did you happen to see this? This one, I got a good kick out of it. Samford, who's an average FCS team this year, were tied with Florida at halftime. Florida, the University of Florida, the Gators. Yep. They ended up losing 70-52. Not
go Gators. That's just to annoy every listener. I'm sorry, everybody.
That's terrible. No, you gotta give some acknowledgement though here for a team that was leading an SEC team. They end up losing, but they gave them a hell of a fight. A bit depressing that Florida's as excited as they were to win that game.
Dude, that was so embarrassing.
Can't be dancing in the locker room after that.
The post-game locker room dancing.
You go back to the locker room, coach talks to you, take your helmet off, you go back to your dorm, and you turn the lights off. That's one of those nights.
Do you remember, what would we beat? Merrimack?
Yeah, Merrimack was a game we were supposed to blow them out, and we just
they kind of made it close?
Yeah.
We weren't dancing.
No.
We were just like, oh, boy, we should have blown them out.
Locker room was quiet after the game, too.
Quiet. Because we knew Tuesday was coming up. And even before that, we knew Sunday was coming up. Dance it up, Florida. Congratulations. Samford, way to give them
It's your national championship there, beating Samford.
Freaking losers.
Props to Samford, though. Hell of a game.
Yeah, big props. Also, Joseph, here we go. A little. That
was a weird noise it just made.
Playoff implication action here. Eastern Washington rallying back. New offensive coordinator beat UC Davis 38-20, and I think one of us picked Eastern Washington and one of us didn't.
I believe you picked Eastern Washington. Apparently, the
FC estimates
the off the field scandal with the kickoff T-Dog. What was his name again?
Oh, damn. The one they were retiring?
Yeah, the one that retired.
Target Spot?
No. He had a really stupid name.
Oh, it was. Hold on.
Pint.
Pint.
So the the off the field scandal with Pint must have been too much of an impact
not even
in the locker room.
Term.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Might have been part of his retirement, why he was retiring, but we don't know the full deal with the scandal on why he's forced into retirement.
He's got to be drunk.
It's gotta be the dumbest bit that we've done on the show.
Oh, it's just so stupid. There's nothing of substance.
Apparently, UC Davis couldn't play in the fog, though. We were sent pictures of the fog that this game was played in. I don't know at what point you don't just say, hey, maybe we wait for the fog to pass because this is unplayable. But it looked like the screen was white that was sent to us by Kyler.
Do you know how smart the AQ7 podcast is with Jacob McCreary and crew?
No.
Do you understand how knowledgeable they are compared to us?
Significantly.
We're talking about fog.
Hey, we've practiced in fog before. We've been there.
Oh yeah, we have. Hey,
not that.
Actually, what was it, dude? There was one day where you're just sitting there like, you know what? If a linebacker blitzes me, I guess he's gonna get under my chin and light me up. I'm sitting here like, okay, here's the defensive end. All right, I got to check me and hinge. If somebody's coming into the B gap and clips me, I'm done for.
I know the practice you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure I said to Garrow that day, I was like, hey man, I don't know where this thing's going. Just good luck. Yeah, I'm sure it'll go straight. We'll be fine.
The PATs and watching the kickers kick, you just see the shadow figures and then you see the ball disappear. I'm like, it's pretty cool. We played in some crazy weather environments. that Northeastern versus William and Mary, the crazy ass game at Maine where Jake Fire didn't wear any clothes, and he was it was like 12 degrees.
It was below. I think it was like 0.
It was we played in some wild stuff. Fog is a different element, and we think of the NFL, the fog bowl between the Bears and the Eagles. It's a surreal experience to be sitting there thinking, where's the play going? Who's getting tackled? And also, can the refs see? Because I'll tell you what, they can't. They can't see a thing.
Oh, there's so much holding and like they're probably so much dirty thing. If I'm an offensive lineman playing in a fog game, I am throwing.
Whoa. Don't go disparaging.
I'm just saying. That's where the like if you're playing center, no one can see what you're doing, man. You're going for knees. I'm punching and grabbing.
Nobody's going for knees intentionally. You are such a non-football player.
What?
You're saying
You're telling me you wouldn't cheap shot?
No cheap shots. No cheap shots at the knees. Maybe you'll sneak a jaw punch. Maybe you'll try to get somebody in the neck. You never go for somebody's livelihood on their knees.
Well, I'm not saying you go to injure. I'm not saying an intent to injure, but
that's what you're saying. A cheap shot intent to injure.
You try to knock somebody over.
Oh, everybody. Here comes hockey player Joe. I'm going to just slice his fingers off of my skate because nobody can see me. That's
I played the most docile position on the ice. We're moving on. Sean, last thing here.
Irritating to hear you say that.
I have to address this Portland State.
Go ahead.
A little too close to the sun. They lost to Sacramento State. 42-20. Thanks for holding up the mic. I do have a comment from Jamie Williams. He did send me a message. I'm gonna pull it. Jamie Williams said to me he would buy me a hat if they ran the table against Sac State and EWU, but they lost to Sac State. And then he said if they beat Eastern Washington, he's going to buy me a Sac State hat. So, Jamie, you are officially on the record. You gave me permission to put you on the record, but if they win this upcoming weekend, Jamie's buying me a Portland State hat. But regardless, they flew a little too close to the sun. Their unbelievable comeback to the rest of their season has died in a horribly fiery death.
Hey, Jamie, DM me, and I'll tell you how much Joe makes, and then you'll question whether or not you need to buy him a hat.
He can buy his own hat. I make less than you. You know how much I make.
Jamie, DM me. I'll give you all the details.
You don't know how much I make.
You wouldn't believe it.
Okay.
You all would not believe it.
I'm hoping that changes soon. That's a tease.
Boy,
to
here
something.
we go. Oh, nice. That's
you
are something. Oh, you got guts. Oh, do you have a pair of brass clangers on you?
No. No one knows what that's referencing.
Oh, I do.
It's actually referencing a lot of things. You don't know everything.
Hot email real quick.
Hot email. Sean, you got anything else for the water cooler before I move to headlines? We're almost 30 minutes in. Okay. Well, today's headlines, we're not recapping any games. We have 1 week until we know who's going to the playoff. Sure. And I'd be remiss if we did not take this opportunity to discuss current playoff implications. So I want to go through each auto bid, and I want to talk about each one, Sean, and discuss who we think is going to end up as the impending playoff team. Some of them are kind of obvious, and I pulled up the scenarios that will lead to each just so we can reference them. And then I also want to just talk about like some of the other bubble teams that have been in consideration just based on their schedules and maybe what they need to do in these final weeks. So we already know that Sam Houston has clinched the AQ7. That doesn't require any analysis. We know who Sam Houston is. We know that they're good. They're going to get tested once they head to the playoff. Yeah, he founded Houston. Thank you, Sean, for the history lesson.
You know what? No, I'm not sorry. That's a good joke. Actually, it's not a good joke. It's just a good radio quip.
No, it was a bad joke and a reference that people outside of Texas, frankly, don't care about.
They should know.
Okay. The Big Sky, though, on the other hand, we have two teams pretty much for every conference, and the implications for this one: Big Sky, Montana State, Sac State. So Montana State wins. If Sacramento State loses, they're guaranteed the automatic bid. If both teams win, then it comes down to the Big Sky tiebreaker. So I don't necessarily know what's going to happen there. But if we had to pick just off the top of our heads, I would say that Montana State's probably going to be the one who heads there. That doesn't seem like that's going to be, there's anything crazy there. Montana State's been the most dominant team in the Big Sky this season.
Yeah, Bobcats are legit. Sac State's going to make the playoffs, but Montana State's legit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sac State kind of came out of nowhere, pushing their way up to 11.
They surprised
in the
us.
rankings.
They literally surprised the hell out of us last week.
I had no idea that they were ranked until last week. I'm not afraid to admit that. The Big South, we have a battle going on between Kennesaw State and Monmouth. And the interesting thing about this one that I like is that the winner of this Week 12 game between Monmouth and Kennesaw determines who gets the bid. Now, I think it's a scenario where Kennesaw can probably still make it at 9-1, or they would be 9-2 if they lost. If they lost to Monmouth, but if Monmouth loses, they're donezo, they're out. So, what are your thoughts on that for the Big South? Are we confident in Kennesaw? Everyone keeps saying that Kennesaw is the worst team in the FCS right now.
All I know is that since we started doing the show, all I've heard about is Kennesaw State and Monmouth, and the only player I've ever known is Pete Guerrero. That's it.
He's not there anymore.
I know. So, Kennesaw State, they got a quarterback that can really run the rock and that fits their system. Monmouth has just kind of stuck around all season. I love that it's coming down to the final game, and I'd love to see Kennesaw for the boys. I almost don't even want to say it because I know I'm going to jinx them. Rooting for Kennesaw. Official Sean Anderson stamp of approval for Kennesaw. It's going to be a massive game, and this is really, since week 1, we were talking about this. We were going to start getting a better overview of the teams and the season and the leagues and the conferences, and this is where it comes down to. And this is this is creme de la creme. I'm very excited for this week.
Yeah, the thing with Monmouth, they're 7-3, so they go 7-4. They're not making it. The only way they don't even have a defining win that I can really point to make an argument for.
A defiant win?
Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You don't deserve that.
I have not really gotten enough from Monmouth just this season to speak on them and say they're going to give Kennesaw a run for their money. Give me the Owls. I know there's a lot of hate on the Owls right now, and people are like, how the hell is this team in the top 10? Well, they're 9-1, and they play in a decent conference. That's kind of all you need. It's not like they've got 4 losses or 3 losses.
Yeah, and they're winning.
They're winning, consistently winning.
Definitively winning.
Shut the hell up.
Okay. Next scenario.
Wait, I just want to see. I want to just see who Kennesaw State lost to. Oh, their one loss is the Georgia Tech, so it's a justified loss.
Did they keep it close?
45-17, so it's not close. The next one is one that I think we already know the answer to, and the CAA is between Villanova and James Madison. James Madison does not have the head-to-head because they lost to Villanova. Right now, Villanova just needs to beat Delaware, and they win the division. And Delaware has played like crap recently. They got stomped by Richmond this past weekend. I think they gave up like 50 points. I don't see a reason why Villanova doesn't end up winning this.
Delaware plays spoiler, though. They beat William & Mary a couple weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I think. Last week. Something. They beat a good team. Yeah. Because I remember I picked them in FCS.
Too many things. Speak.
Me? Speak?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Villanova wins. Villanova takes it. Villanova beats Delaware. They
did beat William & Mary. They beat them 24-3. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe Sean knows something. How about that?
No, you don't. JMU is Towson. I don't know. That they got stomped by Richmond. I don't think that's like I can't endorse Delaware to just come out of nowhere and upset them.
I gotcha. Trust me. I gotcha. It's the CAA, man. What prediction am I going to make? What prediction can you make?
Villanova.
I think I'm going to ride with Villanova.
Yeah, I'm riding with Villanova.
Which scenario gives Rhodey a better chance?
Rhodey can't win the conference. What do you mean?
I know, but for playoffs implications in general.
Rhode Island right now is 7-3, and they're playing Elon. If they win, it would be really difficult to not put in. We were going to get to this after this, but it would be really difficult to not put in an 8-win CAA team with an FBS win. Like you have to put them in. They're going to be one of the last in my opinion. They lose to Elon, they're not in. They're not going to get. They haven't done enough.
I'm with you. I'm with you because they had some lower level wins. But
from
also,
the plane trip alone, they deserve not to make it with 7 wins.
Again. All right, Joe. What do we have in the Missouri Valley Football Conference?
Apparently, North Dakota State got the bid. So NCAA.com said it was between them and South Dakota, but then a stats perform or the analyst post indicated that it was just North Dakota State.
Reach out to Craig Haley for the details. I'm sure he knows.
No, I'd rather just be wrong and guess.
I was speaking to the listeners there.
Oh,
because we're obviously not providing them with accurate information.
Everyone tag Craig Haley and ask him the same question, please.
That'd be so great.
I don't know what his handle is at Craig Haley. Probably.
I think it's Craig Haley 4. I don't know.
No, it's at Craig Haley.
Oh,
tag at Craig Haley and ask him if North Dakota State clinched. Just this is information you can look
up on our
up.
behalf.
Yeah, don't tag us. Just tag Craig Haley and ask him.
Just say Sean and Joe want to know, did North Dakota State clinch? That's all you need to say.
It's just gonna be Colin who does it.
Please, be so annoyed.
I want like 10 people to do it.
Here's the thing. Colin won't do it. Colin's scared of everybody else but us because we're the only people that entertain him. Yeah, have you ever seen Sam Herder respond to Colin?
No, Ryan barely responds to him.
No, dude, he
comments on Ryan stuff.
A universe. I've seen Colin tweeting Jesse Fritsch. Dude, our universe
is weird.
It's a weird universe. We got the X-Men, and then we got the Avengers.
Did I tell you Jesse keeps commenting on our YouTube videos?
Oh, what's he saying? Anything positive?
It's very sarcastic comments about FCS football. And
hey, Jesse,
wow, I really needed to watch this.
Hey, Jesse, I'm sure the Packers are going to go past the NFC Championship round this year. You loser. I'm sure. Also, he had some choice comments about my facial hair early on in the podcast. I've seen yours. That's all I'm going to say.
He looks really cute with his new profile picture, by the way.
I did see it. It's better than what it was, which was the Matrix screen.
The Matrix screen.
Dude, we're 36 minutes in. Yeah, you remember that. Yeah.
Should I? Okay, I'll pull it for after. Moving on to the Patriot. Oh no, the NEC is the next one that we're at. God, we're not even halfway. We're barely halfway.
No,
Sacred Heart and Bryant are the two that are competing there for the NEC.
Heavy hitters.
Sacred Heart wins if they win in week 12. But if they don't, Bryant can get the automatic qualifier with a win, a Sacred Heart loss, and a St. Francis win is what they need. So they need a little bit of moving pieces. Bryant sucks. Bryant is not a good football team. So I would like Sacred Heart to be the one that represents the NEC. I'm just going to keep it at that. I would like to see, I don't know if Chestnut's back and healthy, but I would like to see that over a no-name, nothing Bryant squad. No one even roots for that school.
Bryant had a tackle that I liked. We watched some Bryant film a couple years ago, and I really liked one of their tackles. Don't worry about it. How about that? You stick to your specialist meetings. Rooting for Sacred Heart, though, because they would have a better representation.
The Ohio Valley Football Conference, out of nowhere, UT Martin is going to be the automatic bid for them. They won the conference. According to Sean's dad, who saw them in person against his alma mater, Tennessee Tech, he thinks that they're going to make a run in the playoff. Any insight there?
He said they looked big. He said they looked really good, and they just whooped the hell out of Tennessee Tech. I mean, it takes a good amount to impress my pops when it comes to a football team. Players, he could say, "Oh yeah, that cat's good." You know, he'll give that nod. But as a whole team, it takes a little bit to really get him there to say something like that. He's got faith in UT Martin. That's kind of actually making me lean towards UT Martin a little bit more. I don't know why. I'm sure that's just my bias in hearing him tell me how not good I am for so long. And to hear him say someone's actually good, I'm like, oh, they have to be great.
Oh, these bunch of randoms are good, but I'm not, Dad.
I'm kidding.
Are you proud of them?
Dad, I'm kidding. I'll see you at Thanksgiving.
You're gonna get a phone call when he listens in a week and a half.
He was my coach. You know, what am I gonna do? It's a bit of baggage.
The Patriot League Holy Cross runs through as always because the Patriot League is uncompetitive as hell. They're going to be representing the Patriot League.
Sure.
They're going to lose in the first round against whoever they play. And here
Damn.
comes how wild was that 2 years ago? Holy Cross Twitter just came out of the woodworks and blasted me.
Dude, I forgot about that.
So I was so
were we
definitively
anti-
stated.
We sent
I
them-
stated on Twitter that Monmouth had an easy walkover first round game against Holy Cross, and I had like 5 or 6 people that were up my ass because I made a comment about that. Like Holy Cross is they're gonna show them. They're at home. And like, I don't think you know how
Damn,
good.
all 5 to 6 of their fans really came after you.
There was nobody at that game.
You're who are you telling?
Yeah, who am I telling? That's a good question. Pioneer League, we have a battle between Davidson and San Diego. I believe Davidson has a pretty. Yeah, if they win in week 12, they clinch that spot with the Pioneer League. San Diego, on the other hand, if they win its final game and Davidson loses, Davidson again, who, as we know, since they put out, no, Troutman was Dayton.
Yeah.
We know that they're a really good,
Oh,
effective
boy.
running
Here
team.
we
We know
go.
that they're really. Shut up! Don't act like you don't mix up schools all the time. Don't act.
Oh, dude.
Don't act like
All I know is
you
that-
ask me when we do show notes. Is this school FBS or Division II?
Okay. All I do is see Troutman drop balls for the Saints, and I'd be way higher on Troutman if he wasn't on the Saints.
Well, I had a conversation with him 2 years ago. That's all I have to say.
Oh, nice. You guys still riding?
Shut the hell up.
Hey, man, I'm coming down to New Orleans in a couple weeks. What do you recommend I eat? Beignet. Okay, anything else, man? I'm going to go down to Canal Street or whatever the hell it's called and get pissed on. Have fun, dude. I got a game to prepare for.
Now, Davidson recently lost to Dayton, which is highly disappointing. They did put 70 on Presbyterian, but they're playing Drake this week, which is notoriously one of the worst teams in
Drake.
FCS. So, Davidson's pretty easy pick there?
Yeah, fine with Davison.
Okay. SoCon, we've got a battle between Mercer and ETSU.
This is a spicy one.
They're playing each other.
Oh,
Mercer versus ETSU in week 12. Winner clinches that playoff spot. So who do you think there?
Dude, Mercer has been on a tear, and ETSU has been like as gritty a team as there's been in the FCS. You're looking at it. This is going to be one of my I think I'm going to be locked into this game. I think I'm going to be really locked into this game for whatever reason. I last week, you know how we got some of the teams that took us by surprise?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the SoCon standings. I'm like, Mercer and ETSU are so knotted up. It's going to come down to the wire. I'm more invested in Mercer ETSU, I think, than Rhode Island Elon. I don't know why. I am. Let's end this. Southland Conference.
We might hit it. We might hit an hour.
Oh my God. What are we, 19?
What do you mean? What are we 19 minutes away?
No, 19 years old, like we used to do.
Almost
an hour on a show.
Yeah. I don't even know what we were talking about.
No,
I have
completely stopped the momentum of the show. I suck.
Terrible. Quay Holmes for me has been a hero for the ETSU team, and I think Mercer is good, but I'm giving the nod in this one to ETSU. I think that they have a fantastic running back in Quay Holmes, and that's really what you need to stand out in a game like this. Mercer's good, but I don't think they match up as well as ETSU does.
Well, Joe, it's not only Quay Holmes, maybe another ETSU running back, which I may mention later on in the show, could contribute to their win this next week against Mercer.
Wait, is Quay Holmes not playing or something? Am I tripping?
I'll get to the...
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm definitely picking ETSU after I just peeped what you put down.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, last
It's
one
gonna
we
be
got
fun.
here, and then we'll get to Fat Stats. Incarnate Word, Selah. So they already played each other, and Jonathan, if I am correct, Incarnate Ward had the victory in that one. The implications here, Incarnate Ward, if they win, they go. So Incarnate Ward's Ward will take his team to the playoffs. But if Selah wins and Incarnate Ward's Ward loses their Week 12 game, Cole Kelly still goes bowling. This is one of those where they're both going to make the playoffs, but it's just a matter who gets the auto bid and who gets maybe like a better matchup.
I like both of these teams. I don't care who wins. they're both incredibly dangerous because you don't know when Cameron Ward's going to pop off. This last week, I think he only had like 100 yards or in the 100-yard range compared to all season where he's been in 300-yard range. So he's primed to pop off, if not this week, then next week. And Cole Kelly is just Mr. Fat Stat. So this game is not under my radar. I'm just waiting for next week. I'm waiting for the playoffs because both these teams are very exciting, very electric. And I don't care about this game because they're both going to make noise in the playoffs. That's really all I care about.
Well, they're not playing each other. You said this game.
Pardon me.
Okay.
I don't care about this week for either of them.
Right. It's gonna be Incarnate Ward, but they're gonna knock.
It's gonna be C-Lock, but
they're both gonna be in a position to shock somebody, and that's that happened with C-Lock a couple years ago where they played Villanova and they put up like 40.
Dangerous, man. They're both dangerous, both of them.
All right, Sean, Fat Stats, lather them up and lay them on me.
What? What?
Lather them up and lay them on me, baby.
Oh, you suck. You gotta prep me on it if you're gonna hit me with a new catchphrase. Oh my god.
That was off the spot, off the top of the head, off the dome.
Oh my god.
That wasn't even that good.
It was out of nowhere and something that you wouldn't say. Lather them up and lay them on me. Okay, sure. Alabama A&M quarterback Akil Glass. 33 for 50. Alabama A&M quarterback Akil Glass, 33 for 52.
Friend of the show.
462 yards, 5 touchdowns. It's pretty damn fat, right, Joe?
That's pretty fat.
How about this? Steeler quarterback Cole Kelly, 19 for 22, 363 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown.
It's chubby.
It's chubby, but also only 19 completions, 363 yards. I kind of get on board with that.
Yeah. Some of these are better. Go ahead.
I don't like it when you read ahead. Eastern Washington quarterback Eric Berrier, 34 for 54, 411 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
That one's decent, too. Too many passing attempts, Eric.
Okay. Here is where it gets a little sticky.
This got to be a joint one, right?
Oh, it
could be single standing, but this joint makes it better.
We'll figure this out as we go along here. ETSU running back Jacob Sailors, 19 rushes, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns. Next up, ETSU running back Quay Holmes, 30 rushes, 212 touchdowns, 3 rushes.
That's not supposed to happen.
3 rush touchdowns. Combined, 49 rushes off the top of my head here. Watch this, quick maths. 478 yards and 6 touchdowns between the both of them.
Like what?
That is getting lifted out of a crane out of your house fat.
That's I don't even know if we need to read the rest of these. That one's the winner, but our friend against Samford, who is the next one?
Liam Welch versus Florida. 33 for 52, 404 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 16 rushes, 65 yards rushing, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So he accumulated 505 total scrimmage yards and 5 touchdowns versus Florida. Joe, you can't knock the hustle there. Come on now.
Yeah, that's Florida.
That's fat. That's fat.
I don't like the one.
That's fat.
I demand perfection.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, we got an Ivy Leaguer. What
Dartmouth running back Nick Howard, 13 rushes, 172 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That's over 10 yards per rush. And I mean, come on now. He's getting a touchdown 1 out of every 4 rushes. Thanks for coughing during my segment. Final one on the list here. Dayton running back Jake Chisholm, 34 rushes, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 catches, 46 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. 5 total touchdowns for Jake Chisholm. What are we sitting at? I mean,
I'm surprised the URI kid didn't make fat stats.
Kasim Hill would have been closer. He had 4 passing touchdowns. Regardless, Joseph, 5 total touchdowns from Chisholm, 6 total touchdowns from the ETSU guys. Welch,
I'm picking the ETSU guys, man.
You are such a hack.
Why is it making a hack? I'm picking the 2 dudes who they both balled out. Good luck to Mercer next week. How do you stop one guy? The other guy's gonna come swinging.
Yeah, dude. Jacob Sailors out of left field.
I'm running 22 personnel the whole game.
I'm just gonna run the wishbone.
Yeah. Out of gun. I'm just out of gun.
Who
Two
you
running
want?
backs. It's like, who's getting the ball? And I'm just
gonna-
running sweeps on either side.
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
handing it off to
dude,
one
that's
side
exactly
or
what
the
I was. I'm like, I'm just gonna run a pitch to both sides. Whatever I read, wherever two of the linebackers go, I'm going the other way.
or run the read option with one
man.
guy blocks.
All right, Joe, do you want to wrap us up with a hack?
Yeah. So everyone this week just uncreative, nothing great.
Good effort. Good effort from everybody. Good amount of responses.
Colin, you're very lacking. I know that we propped you up when you sent us some weird stuff when we were in South Dakota.
Really weird.
And then
you stop tweeting us 10 o'clock at night.
You also demanded that we were hack of the week because we didn't last week because we didn't do hack of the week because we had too much to cover.
We did.
So we picked Craig Haley this week.
Yeah. Congratulations, Craig. A couple weeks ago, you said, "I wish I could get hack of the week." This week,
you didn't try, so that makes you the hack of the week. You're also tweeting about baseball during the football season. I don't know what's going on, Craig.
I guess he's a Reds fan. Regardless, Craig Haley,
good.
They're decent. They got rookie of the year, Jonathan India. They got I guess they're gonna lose Castellanos. Harrison Bader, unless he's on the Cardinals, I'm getting him messed up.
Trying so hard not to make a Castellanos joke, but
go ahead, out of way. All right, you want to wrap this thing up? Regardless, Craig Haley, friend of the show, apparently wanted to be voted hack of the week, and this week with a I hate to say week because I don't want to discourage people for sending in their hack takes because we like it. It's our favorite segment. I like Fat Stats. I like FC Estimates. I love the water cooler. The hack of the week has really grown for us as the cornerstone of this show.
I
keep
have
sending them in, but Craig, even though you didn't submit one, you are the hack of the week, just because. Just because.
I know we say too many nice things about Colin, but I will say he did get a chuckle.
Who's saying nice things about Colin? It's not me.
I am apparently. I did. I did get a slight chuckle out of this obnoxious comment that he gave me, which was. So I challenged him to be better than the one that he originally gave, which was the CAA is so bad that the committee will decide to revoke their auto bid, which is like, that's just dumb. That doesn't require any thought. Right. He said before the end of the regular season, a game will end in a tie. I don't know how or why, but it'll happen. I got a little bit of a laugh because like, okay, that's obnoxious, but does not fit what we're looking for. So Craig, congratulations.
No. Yeah. Congratulations, Craig. By default, hack of the week.
Yeah, reminder, everybody, please tag Craig and ask him if North Dakota State clinched the Missouri Valley Football Conference. We need confirmation. 10, 15 people would be fantastic. 30 would be great if we could get that many.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine if we got like 30, 35 people to tag Craig Haley and ask him the same question? If
we get 6, I'll be thrilled.
We're going to get 1. We're going to get Chad and
you know what?
Jamie won't do it. There's some people that are too nice that like they're only mean to us and they don't want to bother anybody else.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
You all will hear this before Craig hears this. Craig is a busy person. To create the confusion in his life in which we want to do, you have to do this because he's too nice and I don't think he's a real human being.
What? You've spoken to him on the phone multiple times.
It could have been a voice modulator for an alien. Look, he's too nice. He's a he can't. We need to just shake him up a little bit. It's the playoffs. Come on, everybody, get a little bit rowdy. Get rowdy. Unlike Joe was trying to get, like I was trying to get in South Dakota. I was trying to get a little bit rowdy, trying to get the place turned up. Joe was just sitting there getting all upset because he's short. But it's all good. All right, everybody, get rowdy with Craig Haley this week.
Drive safe. Follow. Subscribe. You know the drill.